What is going on, you guys? Your boy Putting Montana, and in this video, EA has dropped the biggest patch that they might have ever dropped ever. It's massive, and it completely has changed how a lot of people are going to be playing Madden 24. Now, before I get into it, if you guys are new to the channel, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment anything down below. If you guys are struggling and become a part of the Noti gang, make sure you guys don't ever miss a video. Also, if you guys have nothing to comment, just comment FTA. It stands for the algorithm, and it helps push these videos to more and more people. Last video, we went over the pro setup for the 4-3-6-1. And after this patch, you guys might absolutely need to watch that video because it is probably going to be the meta defense in Madden 24. But again, shout out to the FTA squad, man. Appreciate the love. Obviously, you guys get showcased every single video. So again, FTA stands for the algorithm, helps push these videos out to more and more people. Today's patch was absolutely massive. So without, I'm not going to go over every single thing in the patch, but I will go over some key notes. I will leave the patch notes in the description so you guys can find it. But this patch is absolutely huge. It adds X factors, it adds new abilities, it added a whole new season, franchise notes, Madden Ultimate Team notes, as you can see, superstar notes, NFL authenticity, presentation, UI, audio, season 2, everything that you guys need is going to be in this link down in the description. Now, instead of going over every single note like I usually do for gameplay, there's so many gameplay notes and fixes that I'm just going to let you guys dive in, and I'm just going to go ahead and showcase some of the things that no longer work in Madden in general, Madden Ultimate Team, Madden whatever. Now, the only thing that I will talk about is they changed the way that the menu screen actually works. They're trying to speed it up so there's not as many bugs, and I think that's a huge fix for a lot of people that like to be, kind of like those menu guys that like to be in the auction house a lot and be in their item binder a lot and doing all their sets. They're trying to fix up and make that a little bit quicker, and I think that's a very good note to start off with. Now, we're going to start off with defense. Defense is no longer a thing. It's just, it was already kind of non-existent in Madden unless you were running something that was very meta, but defense is now just very non-existent. Why? The loop has been completely patched. So for those of you guys who didn't know, man, there was a loop in the game where your defensive lineman ended up coming through and looping around one of your linebackers. I'm just trying to find a formation that I can loop out of, that I could just try to loop to. But people would come out in nickel 3-3. They'd come out with their linebackers. They'd blitz all. Depending on which side the nickel cornerback was, they would take the nickel cornerback and move them in. And this guy was already set up, and then boom, the defense is already set up, and it was one of the best blitzes in the game. But as you can see, you will not get any loop pressure out of that. Do not run this blitz, mind you. That was a very bad blitz. But the way that it was, without trying to get too deep into it, this guy used to loop around while this guy would attack here, and it'd be one of the fastest blitzes in the game. That is gone. Number 2, contains. Contains are terrible now. They no longer really do anything besides make your defense a little bit worse. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the contains here. Let me put these guys in spies or whatever. And contains just, I don't know, there's just something weird about contains and the way that they work because they're trying to contain. As you can see, look at where he keeps running. He keeps motioning back and forth. Contains get no pressure now. I don't know if this is going to be changed. There might be like a roster update or whatever the case is, but contains are absolutely fried. There is nothing that you guys are going to be able to do with contains in this game. So if you guys are trying to stop the QB, your best option is going to be simply put a spy out there from time to time to make sure that QB isn't just scrambling out of the pocket whenever he or she chooses to. Now, the next thing comes on kickoffs. If you guys are playing kickoffs, we're going to go straight to kickoff only just to showcase exactly what happened with the kickoffs. Kickoffs have changed. A lot of people were squib kicking. One of the scum kicks was during the squib kick. And as you can see, this is what happens now when you squib kick. Now they automatically pretty much catch the ball. There's no There is no diving, kind of like the ball bouncing animation. You could potentially kind of do it like this, where you're using absolutely no power, and potentially you can get it down. But as you can see, the squib kick is no longer a good idea to use if you're trying to just have them kind of like roll onto the ground and end up having them at like the 10-yard mark. That is no longer a thing. Let's slide right back to the offensive side. Let's go back to the normal offense, because this is probably one of the biggest changes in the game. The meta in Madden, there are like 3-4 metas in Madden currently on defense. One of them is the nickel 3-3, right? This is before the patch, mind you. The other is dollar. The other is nickel 3-3 cub. And then the other is 4-3-6-1, which is the video that I posted yesterday. But the meta for nickel 3-3, if you weren't looping, you were audibling from nickel 3-3 down into nickel 3-3 cub, right? Why is that? Is so that you can substitute all of your safeties into these positions. So we got Isaiah Simmons here, we've got Eric Berry here, and we've got, we actually don't have an extra one, so let's go ahead and put a cornerback up here, right? And now we got Sean Taylor here. We have 8 DBs on the field and 3 linemen. And the meta was to audible from nickel 3-3 to nickel 3-3 cub to have everybody down on the line. Now, when you try to do that, as you can see, you can't. EA has patched that to where you guys cannot audible over to one of the other formations. The only thing, if you don't make a bunch of different adjustments, is you'll be able to audible into prevent defense. And I think that's one of the biggest changes into the game, because you won't be able to audible from this defense to this defense. Now, the only problem that I have with that is you are still able to audible on offense. You're able to go from a 3 wide receiver set, and if I put an extra tight end here, I'm able to audible from here down to like single back wing slot if I need to. As you can see, single back wing slot, and I can go ahead and take somebody who's trying their hardest to stop my passing from bunch, and then I can go ahead and start chewing the clock straight out from pretty much this formation. And these are, I think, the 3 biggest changes: is contains being broken, the loop being gone, and then you not being able to audible from formation to formation. I don't know if it's a personnel thing, so I'm going to go ahead and actually test that out now. I'm going to go ahead and change the people that are in these formations. So I'm going to make sure I get everything right here. We have an outside linebacker, 3 defensive ends, 3 D linemen, excuse me. So we have 2 outside linebackers. We're able to substitute a safety here, but just for trying to get this personnel situation correct, we're going to go ahead and put all linebackers here, because that's what nickel 3-3 cub is supposed to be. So we have an outside linebacker here, and I'm going to put a middle linebacker there. So if everything is working, actually, let me make sure that I have my safeties in these positions as well. So if everything works properly, we should be able to audible down into the 3-3 cub, and we still can't audible. This is massive. That is huge, because they're trying to get linebackers on the field. They're trying to make linebackers great again, especially with the addition of Lurk Artist. If you guys don't know, it is a new ability in the game. And that's going to be how I end off this video. We're going to go ahead and go over the new things that they added in terms of ability-wise. So right now, let's just go down to the people that they added certain things. Now, they did add an ability called Lurk Artist. I don't see it on here specifically. Let me just keep on searching through, but they added an ability called Lurk Artist, so that your linebackers pretty much have Pick Artist and Lurker in one ability, and that's going to be 1 AP for middle linebackers and pass coverage linebackers, even if they're outside linebackers. I don't know if they'll change that for defensive backs, but down the line they will end up changing that. But X Factor, Angry Runs, where Derrick Henry is the only one who has it currently. This X Factor is pretty much, it is Ankle Breaker and Freight Train all in one ability pretty much. I hope this is like a 1-player thing, like the best players in the league can only get it. It's not like the top 3, 4, 5 running backs in the game can get it. I hope it's like a rare thing that you can get this with. Travis Kelce, he is now equipped with a new ability where it's pretty much double me on third downs for passes that are over 25 yards. I would never equip this, but he does have this in regs. And then you got Jason Kelsey, who has linchpin, which is pretty much protected, which is just an ability, but it's literally just protected that you can put on your center or your lineman. And I'm sure that all of these are going to be equipped on Madden Ultimate Team as well. And then you got Micah Parsons with dual threat, and this is pretty much reinforcement. And no, I don't think this is reinforcement. This is unstoppable force, because you can defeat pass blocks with it's unstoppable force with universal coverage on your linebackers. So those are the new things that were added. So you got three abilities with third down threat, linchpin, and lurk artist, and then you have 2 X factors with dual threat and angry runs that have been added to the game. These are your updates, and I think these are the most important things that you guys are going to need to know. Defense is very scarce right now, but once I find it, I'll post it on the channel so you guys can have a nice little blitz or a nice little defensive coverage that you guys are going to be able to use in Madden 24. Oh, they buffed up cover 4 match, by the way. So if you guys are match players, that's another thing that I think is a big deal that people should start to like hopping in little by little, is cover 4 match. So hopefully you guys appreciate this video. The notes will be down in the description below if you guys are looking to get them. It's a long patch note, so I'll leave it down in the description, and then you can skim through it yourself. And I'll see you guys in the next one. My name is Tony Montana. I'll see you guys in the next one. And as always, 2 fingers, deuces, and peace out.